How great it is to be together, to sit in community. As we prepare to sing in just a moment, turn to your neighbor and just say Shabbat Shalom, say your name.
Yeah, we know there's no way. What is the thing now?
No, it's just taking a minute to catch up. I know she said there's no sound, but
Yeah.
it's because
It's because
she's impatient.
We are in community with.
Yeah, there's sound now.
And so with all that beautiful energy and Shabbat joy, let's sing these words together with Beth and with Debbie tonight. Hine Matovi 128.
It's probably really quiet.
Let's get on YouTube, on Facebook. We're getting good signals.
As we invite up Kathy to help us with our lighting of Shabbat candles. We want to also wish a Shabbat Shalom to those of you joining us online. We are here with you and we feel your presence as well. We will be turning to page 121 in our prayer books as Kathy helps us bring in Shabbat with light.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Shabbat has arrived in the world with these beautiful lights, and we welcome the Shabbat bride with the words of Lecha Dodi, page 138 in our prayer books. We'll do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and when we get to that final verse, we'll rise together as a community to greet the Sabbath bride. Not quite yet. The bride's still getting ready. There's a few more moments, so we need to sing to bring the bride in. So here we go, page 138. You may be seated. Thank you to Shira for passing out our beautiful, delightful, sweet pieces of Hershey Kisses. So your head picture one in your hand. We will turn in our prayer book to on page 603. Find the words of our ancient priests, our priestly blessing, and I'll invite you. Does everyone have something sweet to share? Almost or so close? I'll invite you to repeat after me. Yivarakaka Adonai, Ve'yishmeraka. May God bless you. May God keep you. Me'er Adonai, Hanavi Leka, Vifuneka. May God's light shine on you. And may God be gracious to you. Isa Adonai, Hanavi Leka, V'yasem Leka, Shalom. May you feel God's presence within you always. And may you find peace. Amen. Share that beautiful sweetness and blessing with someone you love or close by. Those of you online, find something sweet to bring this moment.
Okay, I have a book here.
As we turn in our prayer books to page 146, I want to also just note that as we start Shabbat here, Rabbi Andy is with Rabbi Fisher, helping to install her in New York tonight. So we wish her mazal tov, and we're so grateful that he was able to travel to be with her and her canoe community. And so we also offer her blessings tonight as well. We'll rise together as a community. We're on page 146. Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back Turn the page once more to page 154. Chant with Debbie and Rafat Ariaba. I'm going to share a poem that's not in your book and give you an opportunity to direct our thoughts towards freedom. And specifically tonight, in just a little bit, I'm going to be talking about remembering and not forgetting. And this poem is entitled Remembering and Forgetting, and it's by Yehuda Amichai. And here's what he thinks. The world is filled with remembering and forgetting, as it is with sea and dry land. Sometimes memory is the dry land that is firm and founded, and sometimes memory is the sea that covers everything, like in a flood. And it is forgetting that is the dry land of our lives. And who will remember? And by what means do we preserve memory? How do we preserve anything in the world? We preserve with salts and sugar, high heat and deep freeze, with vacuum seal, with drying and embalming. But the best way of preserving memory is to preserve it within forgetting, so that not even a single memory will be able to penetrate and disturb the eternal rest of the memory. We turn to our prayer of freedom, which is truly a prayer of memory. Our Michamofa prayer, it is not just about freedom that happened thousands of years ago, but it is about the eternal hope and work for freedom. And so we share in the beauty of this tune, this ancient tune, on page 150. 160, and 161. It's a beautiful setting of our prayer of shelter, our prayer of putting a sukkah, sukkah, which floats over us each and every time we gather and pray. And the words we'll sing are at the top of page 161, a poetic rendering of this blessing. Let there be hope. Let there be love and understanding of the name and its special identity from the added Torah portion that is read at the Shabbat. It specifically includes the verses of Torah from Deuteronomy chapter 25, verses 17 through 19. The text itself begins with the word Zachor, to remember, thus the name of the Shabbat, and it concludes with the guidance, Lo Tishkach, do not forget. Remember, do not forget. In his classic book called Zachor, Jewish History and Jewish Memory, Rabbi and scholar Yosef Chaim Yerushalmi wrote this of the Jewish imperative to remember. Injunctions to remember, he said, are unconditional, and even when not commanded, remembrance is always pivotal. Altogether, the verb Zachor appears in its various declensions no less than 169 times in the Hebrew Bible. As Israel is enjoined to remember, so it is too adjured not to forget. Both imperatives have resounded with enduring effect among the Jews since biblical times. Zachor, remember. Lo Tishkach, do not forget. These imperatives come in Deuteronomy to implore us to blot out the name of Amalek, the ancestors of the evil foreign character, Haman. Thus, the added connection to the holiday of Purim. Haman is the descendant of Amalek. There's more to say, of course, about the command to wipe out a people, to wipe out Amalek. But tonight, I would rather share my thoughts with you on the difference between remembering and not forgetting. What can we learn today from these two distinct and yet related commandments? While remembering and not forgetting might seem similar, they actually carry different nuances. Remembering, we might say, is an active process. It implies intentional recall or bringing something to mind with effort or awareness. One example, I remember my mother's advice. Suggests I am actively thinking about my mother's advice. Not forgetting is more passive. It means information remains somewhere in my mind, even if I am not actively recalling it. For example, I have forgotten my mother's advice. Suggests that while I may not think about it often, it's still there when I need it. Remember, Zachor is an active mitzvah. It means we must verbally recall Amalek's actions against the Israelites, which is exactly why we read Parashat Zachor in the synagogue of Torah. It requires us to bring the memory of those who have done wrong to the Jewish people into consciousness, ensuring that the lessons of Amalek, of Haman, and of so many others remains alive within us. Zachor. Do not forget, Lo Tishkach, that's a passive commandment, warning against Amalek's evil to fade away from our awareness. Even if we are not actively recalling it at a given moment, it must always remain a part of our consciousness. Remembering demands engagement, reflection, and action, while not forgetting ensures that the past does not disappear, even if it is not on the forefront of our minds. This concept of remembering and not forgetting resonates for me as well in a different way in relationship to this week's Torah portion called Tetzaveh, creation is the biblical source for our Ner Tamid, the eternal light, which today hangs above the ark in every Jewish congregation. This perpetual light serves as a symbol of God's eternal presence for us. But even more, the Ner Tamid is an ever-present reminder of God's love, concern, and care for the Jewish people, a symbol of the everlasting nature of our covenant with God. Perhaps this next experience resonates for you as well. I remember having the following conversation with my mom, the aforementioned mother, hundreds of times when I was a teenager. Mom, I'm heading out for the night. I'm taking the car. Have a good time. Drive carefully. Be safe. And I'll leave the front porch light on for you. I used to think to myself, this is silly. My mom insisting on leaving the front porch light on for me, but I have a secret. I was really happy that she did. Not only did her care and concern show me how much that she loved me, but it also made me feel safe and secure. I knew that my house would be the one with the light on, someone waiting there for me to make my way back home. I think that remembering is the act of our loved one turning that light on for us. Our eternal light, our Ner Tamid. And not forgetting, that's on us to look for it and to be open to see that light. Each and every time we are here at Temple, or to feel that eternal light that connects us in our hearts to God, and certainly the God of our understanding. Like a parent, God cares deeply about us. The rabbis tell us that God is deeply committed to us. God is dependable. God makes sure to leave a light on for us, even when we venture far away, seemingly alone, when we find ourselves in a tough world, and we feel perhaps a little bit lost or off track. Interestingly, the light that's described in the Torah portion, the forebearer of the Ner Tamid, was intended to burn from evening until morning, the darkest part of the day. What does that teach us? Even in the darkest times, in the most difficult times, when we feel distant from ourselves perhaps, or from God, or from those around us, the eternal light is there to help us find the way. Zachor and grow each path. Perhaps, writes one of my colleagues, Rabbi Carrie Lewinsky, the Ner Tamid is where our parents got the idea to leave the light on the front porch when we were adolescents, reminding us that however far we travel into the night, the light will always be there to guide us home. Perhaps that is so
by any chance like to let us know which food areas are needed in need of volunteers?
Actually, I'm doing it with Paul Benson, and he is taking care of the volunteer aspect of it.
Okay, so then,
So,
then we'll just say all food areas need people to volunteer.
all the areas, I believe parking and, all of kid zone, I heard is needing people.
Very good. Anyway, 2 weeks from this Sunday, March 23rd, 11 o'clock to 5 p.m., rain or shine, either be so. Shabbat shalom.
Friend, I just want to call you as well. Like I said, we're still in forum about this week. The entire forum schedule is in your handout on page number 2. And I want to make special note to Eve for her reminder that we will have a table in the lobby to learn more about the WZO elections, to get registered, to be able to vote. Voting starts Monday, March 10th. Very important opportunity for us to support the progressive reform movement voices in Israel. So thank you for doing that. There's also going to be wonderful lunch that you can purchase for $5. Thank you to Brotherhood for bringing us lunch and sponsored to help us be able to feed people, but also support Brotherhood, as well as a bake sale for NCDC. Really, you just want to be at Temple Emmanuel on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Okay? We'll see you then. I will be in a costume. And the spiel is going to be fabulous. So it's going to be so much fun, as well as the Thursday night. 586 for Alinu. I'll invite all the youth, children of this community here tonight. And as a good old friend used to say, children is as you define it. So if you feel youthful tonight, or you are a child, a young adult, come help us open the ark. Come on up. It's always self-described, right? So we will rise together as a congregation for Alinu with Shabbat, page 586. So all you know how to do is you gotta help everyone out, right? Gotta open it up there. You know how to do it? There you go. On page 598 is one of the mourners. We turn our thoughts to those who have recently passed away and whose heartsight we are remembering the Shabbat. While they have yet to be buried, we are thinking of our friend Lorena at Temple, whose husband Jerome passed away yesterday, as well as Millicent Schauber here. And we're also thinking of those in our community who died in the most recent 30 days, Nina Lemon and Lucy Raphael. It's in the back of the page. In the moments we think of those whose yard sites fall on this Shabbat. Warren Bass, Jesse Dockery, Francis Goldberg, Siegfried Goodman, Leonard Gaius, Mark Hamburger, Eileen Hellman, Arlene Hubbard, Shirley Polina, Sophie Morgenstern Lobauer, Selma Leitner, Seymour Lemon, Dorothy Melnikoff, Sammy Moss, Charles Reeder, Frida Wright, Mark Ritter, James Simmons, Dean Austin Smiglon, Judy Wizen. If I didn't mispronounce anyone's name, or if you're here remembering someone's Kaddish this week, I say share their name. And together as a holy community, we rise as one for the words of Kaddish that you can find on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shnei Rabak, ve'alma divrah v'yirteh v'yamlik malchuteh, v'chayaton v'yomechon v'charei v'kol beit Yisrael, v'akalav b'zman karim v'yimru amen. Yehi Shnei Rabban v'barach ve'olam olamei olamei. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yit'ar v'yit'omam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shnei v'yisha v'yichu. Ve'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, v'yishbechata v'nechemata, v'almiran v'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi Shama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chayim Good